Ohayou gozaimasu. Watashi wa FiyahKitteh. Obviously also always still known as Van. Alright, so welcome to my Sailor Moon special video for, additional knowledge and just to sum up. Alright, so let's start with the sum up, obviously. First of all, let's remember the Bambina code that you can input in the beginning of the game. It's kind of hard to explain what exactly I'm doing. I would probably need to make a freaking video or record whatever the hell I'm doing because it's kind of hard to explain. And anyway, yeah, that code that you can do in the beginning on the start screen that lets you play the game in full length on super easy basically, or whatever you want to call it, which is what I did for this Let's Play. Then, speaking of easy and super easy, if you remember, when you play the game on easy, you are just gonna get the first two stages, which means that Quartier Latin and the Parc d'Attraction. It's not what people think, it's not that the game is not longer, blah blah blah, it's just people are weird, yeah. By the way, if you play on easy, the only difference is, again, yeah, you have less levels to play and you do not get damage from the special attacks, same as in, if you play on Bambina. With normal and hard, you get a little bit of damage for your special attack. I'd say about, I don't know, maybe 10 HP or something around that. So at some point, if you're on your last bit of HP, you can't do the special attack anymore. By the way, if you do finish the game on easy, what happens is the following. This is, the boss. And here we have the rating. And this is it. This is what happens when you beat the game. This is basically the same that happens when you beat the game on, normal or any other difficulty. There we go. Now it's out of the way. Then let's move on to the third little info here. If you want to play with 2 players, before you press 2 players, hold L and R, press down, and then pick the 2-player option, because it allows you to play the same Sailor Scout. Like, both people can pick the same. Otherwise, it's just like one person can pick one and the other person the other. So basically, for example, you can't have 2 Sailor Moons or whatever the hell. So if you want to play the same Scout, you might want to do the L and R trick. There we go. Then, let's not forget the specialties of the Scouts. Again, as we know, Sailor Moon is kind of hyper and super fast. Sailor Mercury just walks faster. Sailor Mars is more wide-ranged. Sailor Jupiter is a bit stronger. Sailor Venus completely breaks the game. Yeah, that's all you need to know. Alright. Then we have the fan locations, which in Quartier Latin, the first stage, first level, whatever you want to call it, is in possession of this nice young, monster. In the second level, Parc d'Attraction, it's in, again, in the first part of the level, and it's in possession of this super jumpy hyper clown here. And in the stage of Millénaire d'Argent, which was the moon castle, basically, it's in possession of this nice guy here. Except I didn't get it because it's really hard to shoot out of when you're, by yourself. So, there we go. Again, as I said, I could have missed the fan in the last stage, but I really tried to shoot all the monsters, except I missed 2 or 3, and more power to you if you can manage to shoot all of them, and more power to you if you find the fan. If you do, feel free to let me know. I'm gonna add it to my videos. Alright. Last but not least, we have a little item list here I made for you guys. One little note, I guess, in the beginning. So the problem is that the manual, this is from the manual, this is taken from the manual. The problem is that there were no pictures of the items, there were just names. They were in French, and I speak French. The problem is just that a few items had a, well, kind of a vague name in the sense of, you know, obviously those are all types of pastries and, you know, just candy and stuff. So some items had kind of a confusing name. So I'm apologizing already if I mixed up like one or two of them. I was really not sure about one or two of the items, the names anyway. So if the points are kind of off, even though there's no way to tell really unless you pick up nothing but that item, which is gonna be hard to do given you have to beat all the monsters. Yeah, so I apologize for any little errors, but the HP, the amount of HP that they cure should be right, especially the big ones. So I guess they just gave the items a weird name sometime. For example, the strawberry cake there is called sablé for whatever reason. And technically, usually sablé are more of flat tea cookies, or, well, it's kind of hard to explain, but you get what I mean. Anyway, so those 4 mysterious items are actually marked with 3 question marks in the manual. It doesn't even say what they do, but I know what they do. They either give you a full HP refill, a 1-up, or a continue. So I have unfortunately, I have no idea what, like how many points they give you, but, well, at least you have the rest. I sorted based on how much HP they give you, so. Oh, and by the way, 80 is basically the maximum amount of HP. Well, okay, actually it's a little bit more than 80, because if you're on your last bit of HP, just basically one hit away from dying, there we go, the cakes will still fill you up completely. So much for that. Alright, now let's move on to the stuff that you didn't already see, which would be what happens if you beat the game with anybody but Sailor Moon. And basically, this is what's gonna happen. First of all, we have, yeah, the exact same bosses here, and I'm showing this off because he is actually finally doing those charging shots I was talking about that you should avoid. Either that, or as you've seen in the LP part, he just slashes his sword. So either way, again, stay the hell away from him. Alright, fast forwarding to the friggin' ratings, and then the end. Again, same text, same thing, up until she dies, basically. And after she dies, this is what happens. A little bit of talk, and that's it. Merci. This is all you get if you're not Sailor Moon. That's kind of nice, but it's also kind of weird. Oh, and after, obviously, the screen with Chibiusa here. Matane! You know, see you soon. Alright, now, a little trick. Well, a little Easter egg, I guess, for you guys. This happens, this is doable with Sailor Mercury and Sailor Jupiter. So, pick either one of them, go to the Parc d'Attraction stage, so the second level. You can do this in easy, in any difficulty. And if you use your throwing ability, with Mercury you just press Y, and with Jupiter you press Y and in some direction. You get shaky pudding! Yay! I don't know, this is just for, this just works for Mercury and Jupiter. I don't know why they picked those two. I don't know, really. But, and it's technically just, you know, a little Easter egg. It's not anything, it doesn't give you any special points or nothing. But it's funny, so. Alright, that's it for, well, any specials and additional knowledge, I think. If you have questions, feel free to leave them. If you have comments, please leave them. And I am going to show you what happens if you do not move on the start screen. As I said, it's going to bring up the profiles, which are in French, which I redid for this LP, so you guys don't have to like read French stuff. Note the little mistake on Sailor Jupiter's profile, which in French is called Merci. They accidentally said she is a Capricorn instead of a Sagittarius. Oh well. Alright, and after that, you're gonna see the credits, which again this is the only place where you can see the credits. So yeah, it's gonna be short, and this video is pretty much over. So again, I hope you enjoyed this whole Let's Play project, at least a bit. Thanks for watching, thanks for joining, and see you next time. Bye!